Chosen ones, listen closely. Allah is about to elevate you in ways that will shock everyone who doubted your path, who questioned your faith, and who whispered that you would never rise. Your struggles, your patience, and your silent perseverance have not gone unnoticed. Every trial you endured, every moment of doubt you overcame, and every prayer you whispered in the darkness has been preparing you for a moment so powerful that even the harshest critics will have no choice but to witness Allah's hand at work. Today, we will uncover 7 powerful lessons that will remind you of your divine purpose, strengthen your faith, and show you that your elevation is inevitable because Allah never forgets His chosen ones, and your time to shine is now. Chosen ones, know this truth deeply in your heart. Every hardship you have endured, every sleepless night filled with worry, every tear shed in silence, every moment of humiliation, betrayal, or misunderstanding, none of it has been wasted, none of it has fallen on deaf soil, and none of it has escaped the watchful eyes of Allah. What the world saw as struggle, weakness, or failure was in reality the sacred refining fire of Allah, purifying your heart, shaping your character, and preparing you for a destiny so magnificent that it could not have been reached without these trials. Those who doubted you, who laughed when the world seemed against you, who whispered that you were not strong enough, will be stunned when they witness the fruits of what Allah quietly nurtured in your life. Each obstacle you faced was a lesson in patience, a test of sincerity, and an opportunity to cultivate resilience that no one else could see or understand. Your isolation was never a punishment, it was a protection, shielding you from distractions, envy, and people who would derail your path. Every disappointment, every door that closed, every plan that failed, was in fact a blessing in disguise, guiding you toward what was truly meant for you. The strength, wisdom, and humility you carry now are the direct results of these sacred trials. And the moment Allah lifts the veil, the world will see that what they assumed was weakness was in fact your preparation for greatness. So hold fast, chosen ones, and take solace in the knowledge that no tear, no trial, no heartbreak has been in vain. For Allah is weaving a masterpiece in your life, and the proof of His plan will soon be undeniable, visible to all, and so powerful that even those who doubted you will be left in awe of the divine work unfolding through you. Chosen ones, understand this with every fiber of your being. What may feel like delay, stagnation, or unanswered prayers is not a sign of neglect. It is the precision of Allah's perfect timing, orchestrating every moment of your life with wisdom that surpasses human comprehension. The world is impatient, rushing toward outcomes, demanding immediate results, and measuring success by visibility and speed. But Allah does not work by the clocks and calendars of men. He works according to what is best for you, for your heart, your soul, and your destiny. Every closed door, every setback, every moment when you felt the weight of waiting on your shoulders has been a divine alignment, bringing together people, opportunities, circumstances, and blessings in ways you cannot yet see. Know that the delay is not punishment, nor is it a sign that you are forgotten. Rather, it is a sacred preparation, a quiet calibration of the unseen forces surrounding you, ensuring that when Allah opens the doors, they open fully, magnificently, and in a manner that will astonish everyone who doubted your journey. Those who rushed ahead, seeking immediate gratification, will watch as Allah's plan unfolds perfectly for you, while their impatience will leave them confused, envious, and humbled by His wisdom. Your patience is your strength, your trust in the unseen is your armor, and your reliance on Allah's timing is the key that unlocks blessings so vast, so precise, and so transformative that they could only arrive when every element is ready. So do not despair in the waiting, chosen ones. Do not measure your progress by the impatience of others, and do not let doubt creep into your heart. Instead, embrace every pause, every delay, and every moment of uncertainty as a sign that Allah is preparing your rise, perfecting your path, and orchestrating a revelation so powerful that it will leave the world in awe, and those who doubted you utterly speechless. Chosen ones, know this truth with every beat of your heart. Your faith, your unwavering trust in Allah, and your steadfast belief in what cannot yet be seen are not just virtues, they are your greatest protection, your unbreakable shield against the trials, doubts, and schemes of this world. While others measure strength by wealth, influence, or recognition, Allah measures strength by the sincerity of your heart, the depth of your patience, and the resilience of your trust in Him alone. Those who doubted you, who mocked your quiet devotion, who whispered that you would never rise, cannot touch what is guarded by the power of your faith. Every act of worship, every prayer offered in solitude, every moment of reliance on Allah in the face of fear, despair, or uncertainty has fortified you in ways invisible to human eyes, but mighty in the divine realm. Your faith has kept you safe from pitfalls you did not even realize, guided you through paths unseen, and protected you from the envy, malice, and interference of those who sought to derail your journey. It is this faith, unwavering and unshaken, that will allow you to rise above adversity with grace, dignity, and divine support, leaving those who doubted you astonished, humbled, and in awe of Allah's work manifesting through you. Remember, chosen ones, faith is not passive. It is a living, breathing armor, a shield that transforms trials into lessons, patience into power, and reliance into victory. The storms of life may rage around you, the voices of critics may grow louder, and the shadows of doubt may attempt to cloud your vision, but your faith will remain your sanctuary, your fortress, and your divine weapon, ensuring that when Allah reveals your elevation, He will not only be undeniable, it will be unstoppable. And every person who ever doubted you will be forced to witness that true strength lies not in what the world sees, but in the unseen trust and unwavering surrender you place in Allah, the most wise, the most merciful, and the one who shields His chosen ones with love, guidance, and unbreakable protection. Chosen ones, understand this deeply. You were never meant to blend into the shadows of the world, to follow the approval of those who do not understand your purpose, or to dim the light Allah has placed within you for the comfort of others. From the moment Allah begins shaping a servant for greatness, He imbues them with a clarity of vision, a depth of understanding, and an unwavering connection to the truth that cannot be erased, ignored, or silenced. The world may try to label you as different, difficult, or even confrontational, but what they perceive as defiance is actually the manifestation of divine truth shining through your being. You are a reflection of Allah's wisdom, His guidance, and His justice, and those who have doubted you, undermined you, or sought to diminish your presence will find that the very existence of your integrity, sincerity, and unwavering moral compass exposes realities they cannot bear to face. Every word you speak, every action you take, and every choice you make resonates with a truth that is rooted in the unseen, in the guidance of Allah, and in the purity of your intentions. Even when you are silent, your presence communicates volumes, and even without confrontation, the light you carry reveals deception, envy, and falsehood around you. This is why some will feel uneasy in your presence. They recognize, consciously or unconsciously, the alignment you have with divine truth and the contrast it creates with their own misguided paths. Yet, this should not be a source of fear or arrogance for you. Instead, it is a reminder of the sacred responsibility entrusted to you. Your light is not meant to seek validation, to demand recognition, or to boast superiority. It is meant to illuminate, to guide, and to inspire those who are ready to recognize what Allah has placed in you. As a chosen one, you carry a burden that is both immense and blessed, the responsibility of living in such alignment with divine truth that it cannot be ignored, even by those who wish to doubt you. And when the time comes, when Allah elevates your position, your insights, your wisdom, and your integrity will stand as undeniable proof of His plan, leaving everyone who doubted, judged, or mocked you in awe. Remember, your role is not to fight, argue, or prove yourself to anyone. Your role is to remain steadfast, consistent, and true to the light Allah has placed within you. That light will guide others, it will heal hearts, and it will expose falsehood without effort, because truth, when rooted in divine purpose, does not need amplification, it speaks for itself. Chosen ones, embrace this calling fully, for your life is a testament to Allah's perfect design, a living example that faith, patience, and integrity are more powerful than doubt, ridicule, and envy. Your journey is not only about your elevation, it is about the impact your alignment with truth has on the world around you, inspiring others to seek sincerity, courage, and divine connection. Know that even when those around you fail to see your light, Allah sees it, cherishes it, and will use it to manifest outcomes far greater than you can imagine. So hold firm, stand unwavering, and continue to shine with humility, sincerity, and clarity, because you are a beacon of truth in a world that desperately needs guidance. And when your time arrives, the brilliance of your light will leave no room for doubt, disbelief, or denial. And those who once underestimated you will witness the undeniable manifestation of Allah's wisdom, power, and plan revealed through you, the chosen one, the guardian of truth, and the living proof that when Allah elevates His servant, nothing in the heavens or the earth can obscure the light He places within them. Chosen ones, understand this with the depth of your heart and the sincerity of your soul. Every action you have taken, every sacrifice you have made, every effort, no matter how small or unseen, carries a weight far greater than the world can measure, because Allah does not evaluate success by human recognition, applause, or acknowledgement. He evaluates it by the purity of intention, the depth of sincerity, and the devotion with which His servants act in obedience to Him. The world may celebrate the loud, the flashy, the obvious displays of accomplishment, but Allah honors the quiet, the patient, the consistent, and the devoted who act for His pleasure alone. Every time you gave without expecting return, prayed without recognition, fasted without a witness, or served without seeking praise, you were planting seeds that would blossom into blessings beyond comprehension. Your sincerity transforms ordinary efforts into extraordinary outcomes, because Allah multiplies the reward of those whose hearts are untouched by hypocrisy, pride, or the desire to impress others. Chosen ones, understand that those who doubted you, those who underestimated your abilities, those who whispered that your efforts were in vain, are blind to the unseen scales upon which Allah measures actions, and their disbelief does not diminish the impact of what you do sincerely. What may seem small, insignificant, or unnoticed in human eyes is monumental in the divine realm, and it is this divine accounting that turns trials into triumphs, patience into elevation, and sincere intentions into unstoppable momentum that propels you toward your destined greatness. Every act done purely for Allah, every step taken in obedience, every moment of restraint from what is forbidden, and every silent prayer carries a weight that reshapes your destiny and aligns the unseen forces of the universe to your favor. Know, chosen ones, that your sincerity is not passive, it is active power. It is a magnet that draws blessings, protection, guidance, and opportunities in ways the mind cannot comprehend. It ensures that when the world is ready, when Allah decides, your elevation will be so profound, so visible, and so undeniable that those who doubted your path, questioned your capabilities, or mocked, your devotion will be left astonished, humbled, and utterly speechless. Your sincerity is a shield that protects you from the toxicity of envy, the harm of malicious intent, and the weight of worldly judgment, because what Allah witnesses and rewards cannot be undone or undermined by human skepticism or malice. Every hardship endured with sincerity, every struggle met with patience, every temptation resisted with devotion, and every act of worship performed in humility strengthens the foundation of your elevation and amplifies your eventual success. You may feel invisible, overlooked, or unappreciated at times, but do not be deceived. Allah's vision is all-encompassing, His accounting is perfect, and every moment of sincerity builds a legacy that is eternal, unstoppable, and profoundly impactful. The world may measure worth by wealth, fame, or position, but Allah measures worth by purity of heart, devotion to His commandments, and unwavering sincerity, and it is this divine standard that elevates His chosen ones above all worldly judgment and misunderstanding. Your sincerity is not only your secret power, it is the reason Allah will shock everyone who doubted you, for what was quiet, humble, and unseen will suddenly manifest in ways that overwhelm human comprehension. Those who whispered against you, those who doubted your purpose, and those who tried to belittle your journey will witness the undeniable proof that Allah multiplies what is done with sincerity, turns hidden efforts into monumental success, and elevates His devoted servants in ways the world cannot anticipate or comprehend. Chosen ones, hold firmly to your sincerity, protect it fiercely, and allow it to guide every action, word, and thought, for it is the foundation of your greatness, the amplifier of your efforts, and the divine engine behind every success that Allah has destined for you. When Allah decides to reveal the fruits of your devotion, the shock will not be in the action itself, but in the invisible power of sincerity that transformed ordinary deeds into extraordinary manifestations of divine will, leaving no room for doubt, disbelief, or denial, and proving to all that when Allah's chosen ones act from a heart devoted purely to Him, the entire universe aligns in their favor, the heavens open to support them, and even the voices of those who doubted, mocked, or opposed them are silenced by the undeniable proof of Allah's perfect wisdom, justice, and reward. Chosen ones, understand this truth with every fiber of your being. The journey you have walked, filled with trials, patience, and unseen struggles, was never meant to prepare you for ordinary outcomes or limited recognition. Allah has been preparing you for a level of elevation, honor, and influence so extraordinary that it will defy the narrow expectations of those who doubted, underestimated, or mocked you. Every disappointment you faced, every closed door, every betrayal, every whispered word of doubt or ridicule was not a sign of rejection, but a part of the divine preparation for your rise, ensuring that when Allah unveils your destiny, it will leave no room for argument, no room for denial, and no doubt about the magnitude of His plan manifesting through you. Those who laughed at your setbacks, those who underestimated your potential, those who assumed that patience was passivity, will watch in stunned silence as Allah's wisdom unfolds in ways they could never predict. The strength you gained in solitude, the lessons you learned in hardship, and the character you developed in trial are the unseen forces that will catapult you beyond the ordinary and into realms of achievement, recognition, and influence that are entirely divine in origin. You will rise not by human favor or worldly strategies, but by the will of Allah, whose planning is perfect, whose timing is flawless, and whose power is absolute. Every expectation they had of you will be shattered not because of your effort alone, not because of luck or circumstance, but because Allah has chosen to reveal the masterpiece. He has been crafting quietly, patiently, and invisibly within your life. The very people who doubted your ability to succeed, who questioned your resilience, who whispered that your dreams were too big or your faith too fragile, will find themselves witnesses to a transformation so profound that their disbelief will turn into astonishment, and in some cases, regret that they did not recognize your potential sooner. Understand that your rise is not merely for personal elevation. It is a reflection of Allah's glory, a demonstration of His perfect justice, and a proof that His chosen ones are never left unsupported, unprepared, or unseen. You have endured what others could not, persisted when others would have given up, and held fast to faith when the voices of the world were telling you to let go. And it is this combination of patience, trust, and divine alignment that will allow you to ascend far beyond what the world expected. The outcome will be so undeniable that those who doubted you will not only recognize your success, but will feel the weight of their own assumptions and disbelief, and it will become a living testimony that when Allah elevates a servant, no human judgment can alter the course, no worldly obstacle can impede it, and no opinion can diminish its impact. Your rise will be characterized by grace, wisdom, and integrity, reflecting the divine guidance that has been shaping you all along, and the very essence of your being will communicate that this elevation was not earned by worldly skill alone, but by the perfect orchestration of Allah's hand. Remember, chosen ones, this rise is not about proving others wrong, it is about fulfilling the divine purpose that Allah has planted in your heart, manifesting the potential He seeded in your soul, and leaving behind a legacy that inspires, guides, and impacts far beyond what you can imagine. Every expectation they had of mediocrity, every judgment they cast, every doubt they entertained, will be eclipsed by the reality of your ascent, leaving them to witness that Allah's plan was greater, wiser, and more powerful than anything they could conceive. The patience you cultivated, the trials you endured, the faith you preserved, and the sincerity you maintained have all been the tools by which Allah has prepared you for a manifestation of success that is unparalleled, undeniable, and divinely orchestrated. As you rise, chosen ones, do so with humility, gratitude, and unwavering trust. For your elevation is not only a personal victory, but a testament to Allah's justice, wisdom, and perfect timing, and the shock experienced by those who doubted you will not diminish your journey, it will illuminate it, reveal the depth of Allah's plan, and establish you as a living proof that when the Almighty decides to elevate His chosen ones, the world is left in awe, the hearts of believers are strengthened, and the arrogance of doubters is humbled before the unstoppable force of divine will manifesting in human form. So hold steadfast, embrace your divine path, and know that your rise above expectations is inevitable, unstoppable, and already written in the knowledge of Allah, the most wise, the most just, and the one whose chosen servants never falter when their time to shine arrives. Chosen ones, know this with unwavering certainty. The journey you have endured, the patience you have cultivated, the trials you have survived, and the faith you have maintained are not only for your elevation but for a legacy that will ripple through generations, inspiring hearts and awakening souls long after your presence is felt. Every step you have taken in obedience to Allah, every sacrifice made in humility, every prayer whispered in the quiet of night, every act of perseverance when the world seemed against you, is a seed being planted that will grow into forests of guidance, inspiration, and transformation. Those who doubted you, ridiculed your vision, or underestimated your purpose may witness your success and be shocked, but the true impact of your journey will extend far beyond their fleeting astonishment. Your actions, rooted in sincerity, patience, and faith, create waves that touch lives unseen, open doors for the next generation, and awaken hearts to the power of reliance on Allah, the importance of perseverance, and the beauty of a life aligned with divine purpose. Chosen ones, realize that your life is not measured merely by what you achieve for yourself, but by the lives you elevate, the hearts you soften, the guidance you provide, and the inspiration you leave behind. Every word you spoke with integrity, every choice you made with intention, and every trial you endured with patience becomes a living testament to Allah's wisdom and His perfect orchestration in the lives of those who follow after you. The people who once doubted your strength, questioned your vision, or whispered against your destiny will not only witness your rise but will also recognize, whether consciously or unconsciously, the extraordinary legacy Allah is building through you. They may marvel at the immediate results of your elevation, but the enduring impact, the inspiration that spreads like light across hearts, communities, and generations will be the most profound testimony of all. This is why patience, sincerity, and faith are not just virtues. They are instruments through which Allah amplifies the reach of His chosen ones beyond what human perception can measure. The influence you carry will ignite courage in those who feel powerless, instill hope in those who despair, and remind countless souls that Allah's plan is perfect, His timing is flawless, and His support is unwavering for those who remain steadfast. Every moment of struggle you faced, every injustice endured, and every doubt overcome becomes a story of hope and resilience for the generations that follow, proving that no hardship is wasted, no effort goes unseen, and no heart devoted to Allah is ever forgotten. Chosen ones, your legacy is not merely in material success, public recognition, or worldly applause. It is in the lives transformed by your example, the guidance delivered through your wisdom, the encouragement felt through your patience, and the inspiration ignited by your unwavering faith. You are the living proof that true impact cannot be measured by the short-sighted standards of the world, but by the eternal effects of divine alignment, purpose, and sincerity. Those who doubted you, who judged you, or who sought to undermine you, will see the surface of your success. But only Allah knows the depth of the influence you carry, the souls that have been touched, the hearts that have been strengthened, and the countless lives that have been redirected toward righteousness and faith through your perseverance. Know that every step of your journey has been a thread woven into a tapestry of divine design, a design that will inspire generations to come, leaving a permanent mark on the hearts of believers, the consciousness of communities, and the legacy of your family, students, followers, and anyone who encounters the light Allah has placed within you. Your story will be retold as a reminder that trials refine, patience strengthens, faith empowers, and sincerity multiplies blessings. When Allah decides to reveal the full extent of your impact, the astonishment of those who doubted you will pale in comparison to the inspiration that spreads like wildfire, changing lives, awakening hope, and guiding countless souls toward Allah's mercy, guidance, and love. Chosen ones, embrace this responsibility with humility, courage, and unwavering devotion, for you are more than a witness to divine planning. You are a vessel through which Allah demonstrates the beauty of perseverance, the power of faith, and the enduring influence of His chosen ones, whose impact transcends time, defies disbelief, and inspires hearts for generations yet to come, leaving an eternal testament that when Allah chooses to elevate His servants, nothing in creation can contain the magnitude, reach, or legacy of their impact, and the world will be forced to witness that His wisdom, timing, and guidance are unparalleled, undeniable, and eternally perfect. Chosen ones, As we reach the end of this journey through these 7 powerful lessons, know this: every trial you endured, every moment of patience, every act of faith, and every sacrifice has been preparing you for a moment so profound that it will shock everyone who doubted you. Allah has been working behind the scenes, orchestrating circumstances, refining your character, and aligning every piece of your life for the manifestation of your divine purpose. Your elevation is not just for you, it is a testimony, a living proof of Allah's wisdom, a light that inspires generations, and a legacy that cannot be erased. The world may have questioned your worth, underestimated your potential, or whispered doubts about your path, but Allah sees everything, and He is the one who multiplies sincere efforts, elevates His chosen servants, and turns patience into triumph. So stand tall, chosen ones, remain steadfast in your faith, act with sincerity, and embrace your divine calling, for the moment of your rise is near, and it will leave no doubt. Allah's chosen ones are unstoppable, undeniable, and destined to shine. Let this be a reminder that your journey is sacred, your light is eternal, and your impact will resonate far beyond what you can imagine. And to everyone watching this, take these lessons to heart, reflect on them, and trust that Allah's plan for you is greater than any doubt, fear, or delay. Remember, your moment is coming, and when it arrives, it will be a revelation so powerful that even the harshest critics will bow to the undeniable truth of Allah's perfect plan.